Welcome to my YouTube channel, Stacey Curtis Yoga. I'm Stacey. Thank you for being here with me and following along on this journey. I'm over here in Morocco currently, just enjoying the sunshine and the surf. I woke up realizing this morning that I am a hardcore belly sleeper. So today we are going to do yoga for belly sleepers. I know just about everyone out there, all the doctors and they say to sleep on your side if you must, or your back is best, but I know that I get my best night's sleep sleeping on my belly. So I am gonna do some yoga this morning, and I'm gonna guide you through some poses to undo those effects of sleeping on belly. So we're going to get started. First, make your way into a comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall. You want to feel your spine lengthening. So you're really sitting up on those sits bones rather than letting yourself curl back here. We'll get that curl in just a minute, but for now, try to sit up nice and tall. If this isn't doable for you, you can find any pillow, blanket, anything you can to put under your hips to slightly lift it up. We're going to grab this bright pink pillow for now to show you. You can just place it whatever you have. You can place it on the edge, and you're going to sit on that. Let the knees fall open. If that's not doable for you, you can place them out in front of you. Everyone's body's a little bit different. We all have different joints and mobility within the body, so really ultimately your yoga practice is about finding what works for you and your body, not necessarily doing it exactly like I do it, but you want to find what works best and feels best for you. So make your way into that comfortable seat, whether you are on a pillow, a block, a bolster, a blanket rolled up, or just the ground. You want to sit up nice and tall. We're going to take a big roll with the shoulders. Pull them all the way up towards your ears. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, pull them down your spine. Feel your chest slightly lifting through your chin, through the very top of your head, rising up. We're just going to take a few deep breaths here as we ground down. Waking up, rising with the sun. This is your practice for the morning or taking a break from the day. We're just going to do a short few poses here to undo those belly sleeping effects. I'm going to go ahead and remove my bolster. You don't have to. You can keep that there if that works for you and your hips. And we're going to warm up the spine, getting a little bit of movement through the vertebrae as we move through a seated cat-cow. So you can place your palms face down on your knees. Take a deep inhale as you send your chest forward. Pull your shoulders down and back. We're going to gently gaze up here. This is on the inhale. And then as you exhale, round your spine. You're going to roll back onto the backs of your sits bones. Pull those shoulders all the way up towards your ears. Drop your chin towards your chest. And as you start to warm up the spine, this motion will get a little bit deeper and larger. Inhale to send your chest forward. Draw your shoulders down and back. Gaze up. Exhale to round your spine, curling in. Shoulders come up towards the ears as you drop your chin towards your chest and roll. And inhale to arch your spine, lift your chest, gaze up. Exhale to round your spine, curling in, rolling back. Shoulders come up towards the ears. Do one more here, maybe making a larger range of motion here. Inhale to send the chest forward. Exhale to round. We'll start to take this in a circular motion, really warming up that spine. As you inhale, swoop your chest up the right side of your body, sending it forward to the front. Then exhale as you roll down the left side and roll, curling to the back. Inhale up the right side of your body. Exhale down the left. Inhale up the right side. Exhale down the left. 3 circles in that direction. We're going to reverse that circle. Inhale up the left side of your body. Exhale as you roll down the right. Inhale up the left. Exhale down the right. Inhale up the left. Exhale down the right. And then you make your way back into that neutral spine position. You place your palms right in front of you. And then start to walk your arms forward, allowing your chest to hinge down. So rather than hinging from here and rounding, we're going to think about hinging from those hips. Keep that flat back, and we're going to hinge forward from the hips. Once again, if you have that bolster beneath the hips, that'll help lift you here. You want to think about think about a little string pulling your belly button down and forward, and that's where we're leading from here as we hinge down. And then once you reach the ground, you can let that spine round. Let your head drop between your shoulders. Feel free to pause the video at any time, hang out in any of these poses for longer than I am this morning as we move through them. And walk those palms into lift your chest. Switch the cross on your legs so that your other foot is in front or on top, depending on how you were sitting. I was in half lotus. If you're just sitting crisscross, just switch your feet so the other one's in front. And then once again, hinging from the hips, that string pulling the belly button forward. Hinging down, walk the arms forward, and then let the chest round, curling in. Maybe you stay on the palms, maybe you lower to your elbows, maybe you lower it all the way down to your chest. Whatever works for you. Hang out here and breathe. You might feel some tightness rising through your hips. In addition to this, rounding the spine, undoing that belly sleep, we're also opening our hips. Walk your palms in towards you. Remove that block or bolster from beneath your hips. Make your way onto your knees. We're going to come into child's pose. You can draw those big toes together to touch. Your knees can be open or together, whatever works best for you. You let the spine gently around. Drop your hips towards your heels. Walk your arms forward as you drop your chest down towards the earth. Connect your forehead, that third eye center, a spot right between your eyebrows with the earth below you. Extend your arms forward, let your spine round. Gravity should be doing the work here of pulling those hips down to the earth, pulling them down towards your heels. Hang out here for as long as you want. If you do one yoga pose a day, let it be child's pose. Hang out there, breathe, relax, feel the connection with the earth beneath you. All those points of contact. And coming on up, take a deep inhale, come up to that tabletop. Spread your fingers wide. Let your peace fingers, the index and the middle finger, point straight forward towards the top of your mat, and then fan the thumbs open. Stack your wrists directly under your shoulders, your knees directly under your hips, moving through more cat-cow to warm up that spine, undoing the belly sleeping. Inhale as you drop your belly, lift your chest and your tailbone, gaze up. You want to think about pulling the shoulders down and back. And exhale to round your spine, press your palms into the earth, send your shoulder blades towards the sky, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale to arch your spine, lift your chest and your tailbone, gaze up. Exhale to round your spine, curling in. We're really focusing on that rounding as we undo the sleeping on our belly. Inhale to arch your spine, lift your chest and gaze up. Exhale to round your spine, curling in. Wiggle the shoulders side to side. Keeping a little bit of movement through the spine. Continue to move here. Move with your breath. Find your rhythm. Let your breath guide the motion. So you can let the breath last the entire length of your movement, letting your breath guide you. And make your way into your neutral spine position. And when you're ready, inhale, lengthen that right leg straight out behind you. Flex your foot, toes, and your hip point straight down to the earth. So we're not opening to the side here. We're setting that leg way up, dropping the belly down. And think about pulling the belly in, lowering the legs so we're at hip level, everything points straight down to the earth. And then lengthen your left arm in front of you. Let your palm face towards the center line of your body. Deep inhale, press your heel away. Exhale, tap your knee into your elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap it in. Rounding the spine as you curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to tap. Squeezing in, rounding in. Inhale, lengthen. Lower your left palm down directly under that left shoulder. Roll the hip open to the side. Draw the arch of your right foot in line with your left toes. And then lower it down to the earth. And then lengthen your right arm to the sky. So we're opening up the side body here. Press down through the right foot. The entire sole of your foot is touching down to the earth. And then lengthen your right arm over your ear at a diagonal. So you're reaching over your head. And then send the hips higher to the sky. You feel a nice opening all the way from those right fingertips down the side of your body, all the way through the heel of that foot. Your energy lengthening out, extending out from your body. And then inhale back up to the sky. Exhale, come back down into your tabletop. Exhale, round your spine. And inhale to your neutral spine position. And lengthen your left leg straight out behind you. Flex your foot, toes point down. Everything's pointing down towards the earth. And then lengthen your right arm in front of you when you're ready. You can always keep both hands down on the mat if this is the step above where you're wanting to take it this morning. Inhale to reach and lengthen. Exhale, tap your knee in towards your elbow to round your spine. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, tap knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap knee to elbow, rounding the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Lower the right palm down, roll your hips open to the side. Draw the arch of your left foot in line with the right toe. This knee is stuck directly under the hip, so we're not way back here. We're not way up here. We're directly under the hip, creating a box between the right arm and the right thigh. Then lengthen your left arm to the sky. Then extend that arm over your ear at a diagonal, so you're reaching long over the ear, over the head. And press that left hip higher to the sky. Feel a nice opening through the ribs, through the left side body, getting a little bit of a lateral stretch here. Pressing down through the sole of your left foot. Inhale, lengthen up to the sky. Lower the left palm down, come back into that tabletop. And exhale to round your spine. Take a deep inhale as you tuck your toes, taking our first downward facing dog. Exhale, send those hips nice and high. And shake your head out here, yes and no. Relaxing your neck. And pedal your feet, walk the dog, press one heel down and then the other. Warm up the backs of your legs, wherever your down dog is. So we want to make sure we're shifting the weight into the hips rather than coming forward over the shoulders. So if you need to keep a bend in the knees, that is perfectly fine. Always arriving right where you are. Raise up high onto the balls of both feet. Bend your knees, start to walk or step your feet towards your hands, arrive in your forward fold. And keep a bend in the knees. We're focusing on that rounding of the spine. And open your feet about hips distance apart. A good judge, if you place your two fists together, they should fit snugly between the bony spaces of your feet. It's where our hips are. And place a big bend in your knees. Hold opposite elbows coming into ragdoll. Hold opposite elbows here. Let the chest and belly hang on your thighs. Let your head hang completely relaxed, hanging between your shoulders. Letting gravity do all of the work here as we round that spine and doing that sleeping on the belly posture. You hang out here for as long as you want, allowing yourself to breathe. You can gently sway side to side. And when you're ready, release your elbows, heel toe your feet back together to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And press your fingers either into the earth, your shins, a block, something here so that we're not hanging. So we're not doing this here. We don't want to put that pressure on the low back. You create that flat spine. And exhale, forward folds. Open your feet hips distance apart once again. Place your right palm in the center of your mat. You're going to bend both knees. Use your right shoulder to press that right knee open and start to straighten your left leg. Lengthen your left arm to the sky. left arm down, place it directly in the center of your feet. Use that left shoulder to press the left knee open. Start to straighten your right knee and lengthen your right arm to the sky. And lower it down. Heel toe your feet back together to touch. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Coming all the way up to standing deep. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky, growing tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen that spine again. Exhale as you plant your palms, step to high plank, high Brian. Exhale as you lower all the way down onto your mat or chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Inhale, small lift, baby cobra. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and together, sending the heart forward. Exhale, press back to child's pose. Once again, letting that spine round. Send your hips towards your heels. And we'll walk your palms into lift your chest. Draw your knees together to touch, coming into rabbit pose. Or we're going to take embryo pose first. So you're going to draw the knees together to touch. Drop the chest towards the thighs. Lower down onto the forehead and lengthen your arms out by your sides. Letting the spine round once again. And hold onto your heels. Draw the very crown of your head to touch as close to your knees as you can. Pull your shoulders down and back so they're not coming up to the ears, pulling them down. And then start to lift your hips. Be sure you draw your belly button in towards your spine, slightly engage your core, creating a little bit of traction here through the shoulders. You want to create restriction and tension through the bind on your heels. So we're equally pulling and pushing. And exhale, lower down. Lengthen your arms forward again. And walk your palms in towards you. Taking the stretch in the opposite way, hold on. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together as you lift your chest. And exhale to release. Shake it out. Wiggle the hips a little bit side to side. And then lengthen your arms straight, lengthen your legs straight out in front of you. You can flex your feet. Once again, you want to sit on the sits bones rather than sitting back here. So if this is where you want, or if this is where your body is wanting to be, grab a pillow, please, or a blanket, and stick it under the back side of your hips to get those hips to hinge forward. And then lengthen those legs out. If you need to keep a bend in the knees, that's fine too. A lot of us have really tight hamstrings. That's perfectly okay. If you need to keep a bend in the knees, that's fine. We're going to reach for our toes. So rather than doing this motion here, where we're rounding the spine, we're going to create a nice lengthened spine, and we're going to hinge from the hips. Once again, that string pulling the ribs forward, pulling belly button forward, that chest, and then reach down. So if you're on the pillow, that's that motion. So you want to think about the hips hinging to send you forward, rather than this motion. So you want to flex the feet, reach the arms forward, and then once you're there, wherever they fall, then you can let the chest drop. We are focusing on that forward fold this morning, the rounding of the spine, the opening of the backs of the shoulders, the back of your heart. And hang out here, please. Pause the video, breathe. Whatever sensations want to rise up, so allow them to rise. Acknowledge them with no judgments, and then let them pass.
With each breath, you might see yourself sinking a little bit deeper. You might feel that hinge hinging down further, relaxing further. Sinking into the exhale, hinging forward more with each breath out, and emptying out. And slowly rise up, take a deep breath in. And bend your knees. Draw the soles of your feet together to touch. Let the knees open wide. We're going to take a nice loose diamond here. So rather than pulling it in as hard as we can, we're going to create a nice loose diamond where there's no tension, no pulling in. And then you're just going to walk those arms forward, allowing the chest to hinge down. Once again, we are hinging from those hips, not here. We're not just dropping that chest, although this does feel nice. So we can take two different stretches. You can hinge here, let that chest drop forward. Feel that rounding in the thoracic spine as the chest drops, chin towards chest. And then come on up from there. Now this time hinge from those hips. So press that hip forward, the string pulling the pubic bone forward. You have that bolster or a blanket underneath the hips to help press those hips forward. That's great. And then we'll walk those arms forward, letting your chest drop down towards the earth. You can see here how my elbows are down on the earth. If you're here and you want to deepen this stretch, you can slip those arms under your legs and use the legs to pull the arms down further to deepen that stretch still. Wherever you arrive is perfect, exactly as you are. Just accepting yourself, whatever space we arrive in. And slowly, you start to feel yourself sink a little bit deeper. The top of the head might start to drop towards the feet. Once again, focusing on the exhale, the emptying out, allowing yourself to sink deeper with each breath out. Not pulling or forcing anything here, just allowing it to naturally happen. If those arms are under your legs, go ahead and release them now. Walk your hands up, sitting up nice and tall. You draw the feet together to touch. Draw them closer in towards your body. And around your spine. Drop your arms around your shins. Drop your chest towards your thighs. Close your eyes. Draw your eyes towards the tops of your knees. And slowly come on up. Scoot forward towards the front edge of your mat or wherever you're at. Coming into our final twisting in Shavasana. So if that's where you have to end with us this morning, thank you for joining. We are coming into the most important part of the practice where everything comes full circle. So please join me for Shavasana. You're going to lengthen your arms forward. Exhale as you slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Draw both knees in towards your chest. Grab your arms around them. Give yourself a loving hug. You rock side to side. Massage your spine, your kidneys. Take some circles with your knees, massaging that digestive tract. And take those circles in the other direction. Then lengthen your left leg straight out on the earth. Draw your right knee in towards the right shoulder to avoid your rib cage. Lengthen your right arm straight out to the side. Use your left leg to pull your knee across your body towards the left. You're twisting out the body, wringing everything out. You can let your gaze fall to the right. It feels okay on your neck. And coming back up to the center. Lengthen that right leg down to the earth. And then draw your left knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers about 2 inches below your knee. Then pull your knee in towards that left shoulder to avoid your rib cage. Lengthen your arm straight out to the side. Use your right hand to pull your knee across your body towards the left and let that gaze tip to the left. Now you're pulling the knee across the body to the right. Twisting everything out from the very base of your tailbone up through the crown of your head. When we untwist here, we get a fresh rush of oxygenated blood into the spine. Inhale back to the center. Both knees come into your chest. Give them another big hug. Thank yourself for showing up and round. Lift the chest towards the knees. Then lower back down. Hold onto the pinky edge of each foot for happy baby pose. You're going to flex your feet as if you were to stand on the sky. Hold that outside edge. Pull your knees down to the edges of your ribs. So you're not pulling them straight here or here. The feet are to the sky as if we were to stand on the clouds, and pulling them down. You can gently rock your baby side to side. Massage your spine. And then find stillness in the center. And oftentimes these hips like to round up and pull up here. Think about pressing the very base of your tailbone down into the mat. Pull your shoulder blades down so we're not rounding up. Pulling the shoulder blades down for that spine lengthen. Whatever you need here, breathe, pause the video, straighten one knee, straighten the other, you straighten both, whatever you need in the moment. And then release your baby, gently lower your legs down to the earth. Just let them relax, let them fall out to the side. You take a few little wiggles, let those hips settle in, and then just let the feet fall wherever they fall. So we're not maintaining any sort of muscular engagement here. We're letting gravity just open the feet to the sides. Let your arms rest by your sides. Let your palms face up towards the sky. This is a gesture of receiving. This is the pose where everything comes full circle, where everything that we emptied out, we created space, and so we need to allow the universe to fill that space back up with everything that serves you. Otherwise, it'll fill up with everything that doesn't serve you. Let your breath settle in so it becomes easy and natural. You can press pause here. Allow yourself to breathe, focusing on that circle of breath. Anytime any thoughts want to rise up, just allow them to rise. Allow them to pass. Coming back into your breath. Slowly start to wiggle the toes and your fingers. Take some circles with your ankles and your wrists. Lengthen your arms up overhead. Take a big stretch as you take a big good morning stretch, stretching all the way from the tips of your toes to the tops of your fingers. Exhale everything out. Draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around them. And give your knees a little kiss. Thank them for all the journeys, all the adventures. Then roll over to your right side. Extend your right arm up to your bicep. Makes a little pillow for your head. And then slowly press your way up into a comfortable seat. Let your head be the last thing to rise. Coming back into that comfortable seated position. Draw your palms together to touch at your heart center. Take a deep breath in. Deep breaths are love notes to our bodies. Thank your body for showing up, for warming up, for opening up. Thank yourself for arriving. Thank you for joining me this morning. Once again, I am Stacy. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel, Stacy Curtis Yoga. I see, honor, and bow to the light in each and every one of you. Together we are one. Together we say namaste.